Greetings, Masandawana. Hope you all good, man. Welcome to another installment of the Yellow Corner. We bring you the second game of our second game block, seventh game of the season after a lengthy break due to the international FIFA break. And yeah, apologies for not having a preview for our Champions League game over the weekend. We'll definitely have a preview for the second leg. Sure, Raps.
Sure, everyone.
How are you?
I'm not doing
Get sharp. Before we start, will you be playing for EPL or PSL Twitter?
I'm gonna PSL all the way. Now I was like na team EPL. So EPL can total lona, but we're looking again. How the Sundowns Liverpool, the Liverpool or other EPL teams.
Yeah, when Sundowns will always come first to me. Don't believe the hogwash that you see or hear about me and Sundowns or Liverpool.
Thabiso. I look dilalo now. I'm told the wrong scan now. I'm told the wrong scan.
Yeah, but before we start, we just wanna thank you guys for your continued support, man. It's our fourth year, fourth anniversary. Masandawana fan vlog on Twitter. So yeah, man, Masandawana fan vlog wouldn't be here if it wasn't of all the football loving supporters, not just Sundowns supporters, because this platform is followed by a lot of people who love and are passionate about the beautiful game. So thank you very much, guys. May it long continue.
Including football Tepo, who pretends to be an Orlando Pirates support.
That one is the number one for near Sundowns. Yeah, Raps, let's get into it, man. It's Golden Arrows on Wednesday afternoon. I actually thought the game was playing Cabo 5, but I checked. It kicks off 3:30, man. And yeah, Arrows, man, 6 games in the league this season. They've won 2, but it's a draw 3, but you game 1, conceded 10 goals, scored 11. They're currently on 9 points and 6th on the log, man. Do you think Memato is happy with the start? Yeah, look out.
Sorry, I didn't hear the question.
Do you think Memato is happy with the way look out has started Siema, the way Siema has started?
I got an extra question and look, I think it is early to judge at this moment, but they are in a good position. I think there's still a lot of games to play for, and there's still a lot of points to collect. So I think right now they are just monitoring how he's going to cope, because of we all know that this is a new Golden Arrows side. They've released a lot of players, and also Siema is starting to coach Golden Arrows only this season. So I think Lebona they know there are a lot of changes that happened around the team. So they're still monitoring the situation, and Baba Tobona guy, and whether will he achieve their goals and objectives as well.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't think it's been a bad start to the season, considering he's a new coach. They made it to the semi-finals, the MTN 8, and then they faced the best team in the southern hemisphere. So I think they've had a fairly decent start to the season. We're playing them for the third time in a very short space of time. I mean, the season started in August. Where are we now? October. This is our third game against them. Do you think it's easy or difficult for both set of coaches to plan for this game, considering, like I said when I started, they've played each other quite a bit since the season started.
Look, I think for us, I would say it is not difficult to plan for Golden Arrows because of we drew against them in the first leg, and in the second leg we won 3-0. I think what we should do, I think we should stick to what worked for us. But even though I know that this Golden Arrows we are going to face on Wednesday, I think it will be a very total different Golden Arrows. But for them, it will be difficult to rectify their mistakes because of playing against Sundowns. You can see the mistakes that you have done or what you should rectify, but on the day of the game, it becomes a total different situation to rectify those mistakes inside the pitch. So I think for them, it is going to be more difficult. And also, Rona, at least we managed to play Sunday, and we have some couple of minutes in our legs. So Bona, the last time they played, it was on the 3rd of October.
Yeah, I hear you. Ne? It's 3rd of October. That's easily 2 weeks. Basadlali, ne? A good 2 weeks basadlali. Ne? But again, as much as you look at that as a negative, I look at it as a positive to say, okay, as a coach, your team, we've considered in each and every game that we've played this season. Ne? Now, 2 weeks. I mean, they don't have a lot of internationals, I think, in their squad. So this gives Siema 2 weeks to work on the shortcomings, to rectify them. Don't you think it's in a way a positive? Or he's had two straight weeks without any interruption. 2 weeks to work on. Because to be honest, offensively they are very good. The problem is at the back more level. So he's had 2 weeks to work on that. Eh?
Yeah, no, he's had 2 weeks, but we'd want to see that happening inside the field of play. You can prepare as much as you want, but as long as you don't see the changes or what you have rectified in the pitch, I think it's like you have just wasted your time. But I would love to see whether I'm going to see a different Golden Arrows. But having said that, I think we are going to see a different Golden Arrows.
Funny enough, my next topic was gonna be in the semi-finals. I think we played 2 different Golden Arrows teams, or they set up in 2 different ways. I mean, in the first leg, I think they couldn't touch the ball. They just sat back, man. If there's something, camera low block, that was a low block. Yeah, I've never seen. In my mind, I kept thinking, I've never ever seen Golden Arrows play like this, Wabo. So they sat back, man. At some stage, I think I said this in the preview. Yeah, the second leg, we had about 90% of the possession ball on them. But in the second leg semi-final, they wanted to be at least offensive. Yes, they couldn't do it as much because of the quality of the team they were facing, but they tried compared to the first leg where they just sat back in J-Wabo. So do you think we'll face a team the Arrows that will play like they did in the first leg where they'll just sit back and hope for a draw, or a team that will maybe come out to play and look to get a result, be it a draw or a win?
I think we are going to see a Golden Arrows that we saw on the first leg, a Golden Arrows that is more compact, and a Golden Arrows that will be more balanced. And also they'll try to keep Shalulile as quiet as they did at the first leg, because of they know that Shalulile can score anytime. But I think in the first leg, look, they scored an early goal, and the pitch, it was wet. It was difficult for them and for us to play. I think they told themselves, okay, we are 1-0 up. Let's try to manage the game and go to the second leg with an advantage of a win. And until we got the equalizer in the late minute, it forced them on the second leg to approach the game differently, because they were forced, if they wanted to win, they were forced to get a goal because of Rona and still managed to win the game. But for them, the story was totally different. Hence, the approach was different. They were forced to push numbers forward, and hence they considered 3 goals.
Yeah, I also think they will maybe sit back, but not as deep. But this time around, they will try and make sure their out ball is much better, so that they can catch us in transition, because that's their strength. After Pirates, they are the most dangerous team in terms of transition and the amount of time they take to get into the opponent's final third. So instead of maybe when we attack by a low block, when they win the ball, they hoof it forward without any plan, or like Mudimuntuse basically. Yeah. This time around, I think they will plan in a way. Okay, yes, let's suck them in once they come at us. More be here, so that once we win the ball, we play to you. I think that's how they will go about it. Rapelang, you are coach Siema. Are you happy? You are happy your team is scoring every game, but you are worried we concede every game. What do you now do training to fix? If you fix the defense, are you maybe not worried, or in a way you will lose your attack, your strength in attack? Because if you work on the defense is not just that back four. The defense starts from Mutizwa, Molento, Mopele. So maybe you say to Mutizwa, your press must be better, or cover spaces scanner. But at the same time, if you say that to him, maybe once they win the ball, he's not where you want him to be in order to punish the team.
That's a very difficult question to answer. But look, like you have said, that to defense starts up front. The guys that are playing as offensive players, they should play their part when the opposition have the ball. They should try to make it difficult for the defenders to build from the back. When you are playing Golden Arrows, it's very easy to circulate the ball and build up for the back, and like try to force Sundowns to play according to how you want, not how they want. Try to force them to make back passes and maybe sideways passes, and also cut those passing lanes. But I think if then I'm worried to what happened if they fix the defense and the goals stop coming. So I think and also their fullbacks are very creative. There are fullbacks that go forward and are able to add numbers and assist, and also they leak goals, the defense as well. If you can look at the goal that we scored on the first leg, the equalizer, the guy who was playing at the left back, he was caught wanting, was not where was supposed to be, and also we overloaded that side and got the equalizer. But it will be very difficult for him. But now, at least, as much as they are conceding, at least they are positives, which is they are able to score almost each and every game. They just need to correct their defense and stop making silly errors.
Yeah, man. And I think if there's one thing eba bolayang to a certain extent. Zulke is so good. I really like Zulke. He's so good both as a central defensive midfielder and as a center back. So if you play him at central midfield, you open a gap more when you play the captain, who I have a problem with the captain of the club. So if you move back Zuke to be a CB, you give the opponents freedom of the park. So yeah, it's a conundrum for Siema that he will need to fix. But yeah, let's jump on to Sundowns, man. We traveled to the Democratic Republic of Congo over the weekend. I mean, the team left on Friday. They came back immediately Mobani after game. So, and it's not necessarily a long flight like when you go to the north of North Africa. Yeah, because I think it's 4 hours. So it's not as bad, man, because Coach Hulani was on a live. I think about past 8 to 9. They were on their way to the airport. So chances are they got back home in the early hours this morning, probably had a day off or maybe trained in the afternoon come Monday, and Tuesday they'll maybe have a session and then travel to Durban. Do you think this will affect us in any way in terms of physically or it's a short flight at DRC, so it won't have much of an impact?
Look, I don't know, but what I can see is that, look, the game that we played at Coco DRC, it was very a competitive game, and I heard Hulani Mukona saying that the weather, it was very hot. It was about the 8 or the 9 degrees Celsius. So you wonder how hot it was Coco DRC, and also there was high humidity Coco DRC, and also most of the countries that West Africa, you play in an artificial pitch. So one would say that it kind of took something from us having to travel, having to play a competitive game under such conditions where it was hot and also more long on an artificial pitch. But one would be happy that we managed to get the minutes in our legs.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you've actually mentioned things that I overlooked in terms of the humidity and the weather and the what I think is the most important one, AstroTurf, man. Hey, that thing is horrible to play in, man. That thing is only good for 5-a-side. Actually, this is why even in Brazil they don't use it for 5-a-side. For Brazil they use mostly indoor or they go to the beach, man. So yeah, it might have taken a lot, and that thing messes up your ankles, man. So I hope it's one of the very few games that we will play in that nonsense, man. Rabs, I don't know about you guys, but okay, I know how you guys feel about our players not being selected. I think I'm one of the few people who absolutely gives no red's ass about our players not being in the national team. I actually celebrate when they are not selected, because for me, one, I'm very selfish. Sundowns comes first. I know the players, they are patriotic and they want to make a change in Yana by representing their national team. But now, if I see a lot of our players are not in the national team, I'm happy because one, I think they get a break. Two, the technical team is able to work with them to prepare for the games. And we are one of those teams, even though we're one of the best teams in the continent, but we are not those teams that have a lot of their players not traveling that international. I mean, in our recent starting lineup, I think Kutumela le Shalulile,
the Rook.
The Rook. So not a lot, man. So now I'm happy. the coaches were able to work with the guys. I think they gave them a few days off, and then they came back. So I'm happy, man, when they are around clock up and working. How do you feel right now?
Look, Lena, I'm happy that Sam went selected because of, you know, that sometimes when these players go to play to represent their country, some of them come with injuries, and these are regular and quality players. But look, as a player, Thabiso, you want to represent your national team, and you know that the more you play international
games, Sundowns pays your salary.
The more you play international games, it is where you have chances of being scouted to play abroad. The likes of Kimambo Munetsi was representing Zimbabwe, like Bo Pesita playing
for South Africa. There's the Champions League for that.
Look, if you play Champions League and you play World Cup qualifiers, okay, at least there you are able to be seen representing your team and your country as well. But because of we're not team here, how fair, I would understand.
Rabs, let's talk about a player who's absolutely surprised me, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now I thought Villa's career at Sundowns was dead and buried. I just didn't see Villa playing this season. I thought if he stayed, he'll get a few minutes here and there, in those games that are not much of games of consequences. But Villa is shocking me, man. Villa is not even knocking; he's pushing down on the starting berth. Honestly speaking, he shocked me, but in a really good way. And I really love that kind of players. He could have sulked. He could have said, more competition in my possession. But hey, man, we're seeing that Mamba mentality proper coming through Villa, hey?
If we're being honest, if we look at the games that Villa has played and the games that Serino has played, I think this season Villa has surpassed Serino by a mile.
So,
yeah. So, and one thing about Villa, some of the players, obviously we follow them on Instagram. Villa, you see him posting in a training, lifting, trying to
extra work, eh?
Yeah, trying to advance his game, and also Villa, good newspapering never will go to Villa this and that. So I think that is very good for him, and also and also playing against Bobo Mshishe helps you a lot, and understanding where the team comes from and where the team is going. And Emmanuel against AS Maniema, Nalmo sprinting thing ala tabolo Emmanuel Villa can't to sprinter. So
maybe it was not Villa, maybe it was another player. How did you see Mole? Because I couldn't see. I wonder if there was brain for watching football. I could have used it because honestly, I couldn't see Jack watching that game. Eh? But yeah, man, that's a huge positive away Chong. Eh? He's fighting, man, and that's all you want from all your players. Because if Villa fights, man, whoever is competing with, Leona is forced now to take his game up a notch. So Neo is been assisting and scoring. Kutu is now broken into the starting lineup. I mean, getting to a individual and then Hadiba collective who benefits Sundowns at the end of the day. So Villa, keep it up, I really appreciate that, and this is a good example for the players who might not even be in the first team, who are in the academy. You don't need to always see but newcomers or the star players teaming and think because star players a team. As long as you fight, clearly you get given a chance and you grab it by both hands. And man.
you don't need a 90 minutes to show the coaches what you got. A simple 10 minutes can make a difference, and you could contribute to the success of the team.
I mean, Rapelang, forget the assist. Ne? What you mentioned, even though I didn't see the sprinting back. Ne? The coaches look at the smallest of things. If Villa didn't assist, fine. But seeing him sprint when the team needs him to, the coaches, they know that, man. Now, if I don't sprint back to possession to help with the structure as a team, I won't play because clearly Thabiso is lazy. Villa is tracking back, so who needs to play? Villa plays. Yeah, man. We're going to get into the lineups now, Raps. But when you pick your lineup, I want you to take into consideration both our right backs are back, ne? And we are playing a cup final in less than 10 days. And I'm not sure if we are still going to play midweek, 27, because of the cup final. So when you give me your lineup, take into consideration. Even though our chances are already worked on it. Oh, and also we missed the Rook and Grant over the weekend due to injuries. But I doubt major injuries. So let's go. Your lineup.
Look, like you said, you don't know the conditions of the injury that the Rook, and also the team won't say anything about that. So my lineup, I have Masinde, I have Tabelos right back, I have Onyango right center back, Libusa left center back, I'll have Laila K as left back, Gautier and Jali, and also front four, I would have Zwane, Vilagazi, Shalulile, and I'll start my against Golden Arrows.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Our lineups are not too different. I have Morena, Onyango, Libusa. This is taking into consideration of the team has said the Rookland. If they are both fit, I am starting both. But if they are both not fit, I'm starting the guys who started the weekend. But left back, I'm starting Modiba. I think Lyle is probably the only player who's played who started each and every game this season. I could be wrong though. But chances are he started 90% of the game is our own. And then double pivot will be Gautier and AJ. Ne? And my front four, I also have Villa. I have Zwane, Kutumela, Shandile, and Villa. Ne? But now that you mentioned Neo, I don't know. It is.
Or change and
I think I'm gonna change and give Neo a start late night ahead of Kutwe. No. No. I will start Neoka weekend, second leg.
Okay. Giving his first appearance at the Champions League.
Yeah. I'll start Neoka weekend. Predictions?
We are going to win 1-0.
1-0. Okay. Who's scoring?
Peter Shalulile will score.
I can't wait to get back to the stadium, man. That banger that we're gonna be singing, Yashalil. Did you see it on Twitter?
Yeah. Oh, will score. Villagas will score.
Okay. I think we're gonna consider our first goal in the league this season. I see a 2-1 win. I think Shika and Shalulil.
All right.
Yeah, Masandawana, that's another installment of the Yellow Corner in the back. That's me and Raps previewing our league game against Golden Arrows. Good luck to the boys. Good luck to the technical team. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this. We've missed you guys. It's been a while. And good luck to the team, like I've just said before. And we'll see you guys on Friday when we preview our second leg against that team here, Coach Buanga Holo. Cheers, Mdogish.
Sharp.